This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com with a daily wrestling news update. Apparently, whether TKO uses Brock Lesnar or not, according to the Wrestling Observer, they still have to pay him in all likelihood once this blows over. If it ever blows over with the McMahon controversy, they'll likely bring Lesnar back because he's one of their big stars. And from what I understand, from my part in reading the lawsuit, the woman that's making the accusation against Vince McMahon had sent a picture of herself peeing to Lesnar to try and help him with re-signing negotiations, which to me, I don't think that's going to affect whether he re-signs with the company or not. Back when he did, this was before his last re-sign, I would assume. I would think it'd have to do more with money than Vince McMahon's mistress sending him pictures of her urinating. But I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I don't think that would have a big effect on him re-signing. Jade Cargill, apparently the issue with her, according to reports, is she's having problems remembering spots. It's too bad the wrestling business has become so overly choreographed. One of the things that turns me off about wrestling is how overly choreographed it is, but that's just how it is in 2024. It's highly choreographed. Rob Van Dam was on Dynamite last night. We did an interview with him a few weeks ago. Tony Khan is going to make another one of his famous quote unquote big announcements next week from Phoenix, Arizona. Probably my favorite. Well, Arizona's my favorite state. Definitely still want to have a place in Arizona at some point. But he's going to make a big announcement there. It's expected. It's likely going to be the Dynamite is coming to Boston, and Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks, is going to debut. Will that make a big difference for AEW's falling attendance having Sasha Banks? It's another known person on their roster, but will she translate into box office? I really don't know. She has been off WWE TV for a long time now. Apparently, the announcement could also be that Okada is signing with AEW, which it's still unknown whether he signed with AEW or WWE. Will Okada make a big difference for people like me that don't give a rat's ass about New Japan? Probably not, but for the smart marks, and I have a lot of smart marks that listen to this, so this is not a shot at smart marks, but other than the smart marks, I don't think regular people are gonna care where Okada ends up. Someone, oh my God, Rob, I hope you're just referencing to Vince, and that's not a direct comment about me. How does the mistress only have one photo online? That is Rob, you have a good point. There's like one picture of this person online in the social media era to have one picture. The other thing, and I'm not insulting the mistress or anything, but everyone keeps acting like she was destitute. She lived in the same building as Vince McMahon when they met. You cannot be destitute living in the same building as a multi billionaire to me. If you're living in Vince McMahon's building, like he's not living in a shack. So I don't know how destitute she really could have been financially if she was living in Vince McMahon's building. I do not think the Nasty Boys will be in the Hall of Fame. There's videos out there of Knobs saying the N-word. It's far too risky to put them in there. And I know, Mike D, you're a massive fan of Jerry Saggs, but I'm not saying that they didn't have a good run or everything, but I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's a whole bunch of people that really care whether the Nasty Boys get into the Hall of Fame or not, and they're very complicated. Rob, no, Sasha Banks, other than another face that people actually will know in AEW, she's not really going to affect the ratings too much. Of course, I'll watch her debut on YouTube and stuff, but I mean, look at Paige when Paige debuted for AEW, and I don't even remember Paige's AEW name right now. I'm sure it's gonna come to me. I think Soraya, it did come to me, but like beyond Paige's first couple of appearance, she kind of fizzled out pretty quick too. She's never over like she was in WWE. The interesting thing was though, you know how Sid did an interview on my channel saying he couldn't figure out how Vince McMahon didn't fire Paige from WWE when that video came out of her having sex in the dressing room, then that threesome with the NXT title belt. Sid at the time said, "What does Paige have on Vince McMahon?" Now, with all these allegations, you have to admit it is funny that Paige kept her job in WWE with all of her controversies. The rumor was at the time it was because The Rock was doing that movie on her, but how many people are gonna have a video come out of them having backstage sex at a WWE event and not get fired? Someone says Jade needs some room to breathe. I'm sure she's gonna end up doing just fine because I believe, honestly, she's the most talked about woman in WWE right now. So she's already getting more talk. No, like nobody. I haven't heard any talk really about Bailey winning the Royal Rumble. I don't think. I'm sure Bailey has her fans, but like way more people are talking about Jade Cargill than Bailey. Mike D loves Jerry Saggs, who was an asshole to me the one time I met him. He just seems like a jerk. No comment on that, Road Warrior. I do I'd prefer a woman, and this is, I don't really want to, don't know why we're getting into this, but I'd rather have a smaller woman with natural than fake. That's just my taste. Mike, have you actually met Sags? Have you actually met Sags? Maybe he's a better guy than Knobs. I really don't know, but yeah, I don't really want to talk about the Nasty Boys. Billy Bob, Miss Jackie should interview. Yeah, should be a good one. Good idea. All right, folks. Wish everyone a great afternoon.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not